Hello, Mizzou fans. Darren Whitick with the Tiger Club of Kansas City. We are here today with our guest, Vahe Gregorian from the Kansas City Star. Vahe, it's always great to have you here, and thanks for joining us.
Yeah, great to be here. You guys are always a great audience, and even when I was in St. Louis, it was great to come here.
So with the Kansas City Star, we hated to lose Todd Palmer as the beat writer for the Mizzou beat, but it was great. The Star has really dedicated some resources and brought in two people to replace him.
Yeah, it's quite a change. I miss Todd on the beat. He's doing an editing job now, and Aaron and Alex are just passionate, smart young guys who were living in Columbia, and that's going to be the place to be as basketball season comes.
And speaking of basketball, this Sunday there's a little maybe scrimmage going on at the Sprint Center in Kansas City. What are you thinking about renewing the rivalry with the Kansas Jayhawks?
Well, I'm looking forward to it, and I hope it's not just an end in itself. I hope it's the start of a dialogue, and you know, you could interpret in different ways just what's happened since then about whether it really will be. But I think when we're all there on Sunday, you're going to feel an energy that will remind you of what you've been missing.
And for you personally, covering the Chiefs beat and the Chiefs being 5-1, that has to be a lot of fun and exciting to cover that kind of professional excitement.
Absolutely, it is. The Chiefs have been really fun to cover, really interesting. They're not perfect as we saw on Sunday, but they are a really interesting team, and I think they're actually a pretty complete team if they could just stop getting an injury a game or two in some cases.
And speaking of professional, we gave Gary Barnett a chance last week to talk about anything he learned while taking the purple to Pasadena in your book. Now, he knew you were coming this week, so he couldn't say anything bad, but now it'll be another year before he's here, so surely you have something you can drop on Coach Barnett.
Hey, I tell you what, and sorry to disappoint you, but that was one of the great experiences of my life. Gary and I spent about 10 days together doing the interviewing, and for some reason he still talks to me. And then the best part about doing the book, it was an as-told-to book, was that Gary's truly so eloquent that I didn't have to fill in too much hamburger helper. So the whole thing was really Gary's words, and he's a brilliant guy and a good friend to this day.
So they obviously both have an agreement not to say anything bad about each other. But next week at the Tiger Club, Robin Pingeton from the Missouri women's basketball team will be here to give a preview of her upcoming season and the upcoming season for the women's basketball team. So hope to see you next Tuesday.